A couple of years ago, I used to do probably the most retarded rep range that I have ever done. And I used to do 4 sets of 12 reps for every single exercise. Like for the bench press, I used to do 4 sets of 12. I used to do 4 sets of 12 for like a shoulder press. Literally for any exercise that you can think of, even on squats, I used to do 4 sets of 12. Now, I also used to do 3 sets of 12. But I was mainly just stuck on this 4 sets of 12 because when I first started going to the gym, and this was probably when I was around 18, so like 4 or 5 years ago, everybody on the internet was recommending 4 sets of 12, 3 sets of 12. That, like, back then, that was like the most optimal rep range. Like if you ask like any bodybuilders, if you ask literally like any of your friends at the time, chances are they were all probably doing 3 sets of 12 or 4 sets of 12. So because I was doing that, I have encountered many problems back then. One of them was that I wasn't making, and probably the biggest one, as you can imagine, is that I wasn't making any progress. Like the reason why I wasn't making any progress is because I couldn't progressive overload on any lifts. Now, progressive overload means increasing the weight over time. So let's say that right now you can bench, 80 kilos for 5 reps. What you want to try and aim next week when you train bench again is maybe go and do 82.5 kilos for 5 reps. Or what you can do is still stick with 80 kilos, but maybe add like another rep. That's progressive overloading. So you're basically getting stronger over time. And by doing that rep range, so 4 sets of 12, it was very, very hard for me to progressive overload. Now, the reason why is because there was so much volume. And for me to progressive overload, in my head, what I had to do was complete all of my 4 sets with 12 reps. So what I will do on the bench press, for example, let's say that I was doing like 70 kilos. On the first 3 sets, sure, I was doing 12 reps. But because there was so much volume and I was just so fatigued, on my last set, I could only do like maybe 9, 10, maybe 11 reps. But I could never complete those 4 sets with 12 reps. And hence, I was literally stuck on the same weight for a very long time, which meant that I could never progressive overload, or if I did progressive overload, it would literally take months and months to do so. And because I couldn't progressive overload, so because I wasn't, pushing my body to like the weight that I actually needed to be pushed, that meant that I wasn't making barely any progress. Now, for the last 6 months, I've been doing 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps. And guys, let me tell you, by far, this is the best rep range that I've worked with. Like, the reason why, of course, is because I am able to progressive overload literally every single week. Like, I remember like 2 months ago, I was using the 26. I was doing my seated overhead dumbbell press, and I was using 26 kilos. I'm literally on 34s now. You know what I'm trying to say? Is like I'm able to progressive overload so quick because it's not too much volume, but it's literally the volume which is required for you to get stronger in the gym. So 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps is probably the best one. And you can even add another set by dropping down the weight on the last set. So this is exactly what you need to do. Train with 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Then on the 3rd set, so on your last set, don't do any more than that. Drop down the weight and do 10 reps like fast. Maybe not fast, but like try and do like 8 to 10 reps. Trust me, this is like the best working split that I've the best training method that I've like been doing so far. And in my opinion, is like probably the best one. Now, of course, there's like some exercises which you need to do more reps. For example, like on shoulder raises, I do 4 sets of 15 because you just kind of need to, but because like you have to, in order to like grow your shoulders, you can't do 2 sets of 6, 2 sets of 8. Like with shoulder raises, you need to spam them, especially because if you want your shoulders to grow, which, bro, let me tell you something, shoulders are the most attractive muscle in the body, especially from a girl's point of view. Trust me, guys, go and spam lateral raises, 4 sets of 15. You can never do enough of them. Now, pull-ups and dips, same thing. For pull-ups, I do like 4 sets of 10 because again, pull-ups is another exercise where you need to do more sets if you want to improve on pull-ups. Dips, same thing. Push-ups, same thing. So like Free body weight exercises, don't really do 2 sets of 6, 2 sets of 8. Shoulder raises, do 4 sets of 15. But guys, when it comes down to the bench press, when it comes down to like compound movements, when it comes down to like bicep curls, when it comes pretty much every other exercise, you need to be doing 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps max. And then on the last set, drop the weight down and literally just go and like completely like destroy your muscle, and do like 8 to 10 reps. And guys, I have made so much progress recently doing the split, and I'm never going to go back. Like I was literally doing like 4 sets of 12 last year, which thinking about it now, I like no wonder why I look the same. Like guys, I couldn't progressive overload on 4 sets of 12 or 3 sets of 12. The volume was way too much, way too much volume. Like imagine doing like how many sets are you going to do at the end of the workout? Like seriously, like you're going to need like so much time to recover. And guys, your muscles, they recover, they grow when you recover. This is why 2 sets of 6 to 2 sets of 8 is like the best split, because it will allow you time. It will give you like time to recover, so that on your next training session, you can go and you can literally push as hard. So yeah, now, of course, as I said, preferably because you're going very heavy, like guys, 6 reps to 8, that means that you're going very heavy. Not very heavy, but like you're going heavy. Preferably, guys, have someone to spot you. Like right now, I'm always training with my friend because I need a spot, especially when I'm going for like 6 reps. Like especially if I'm doing like an incline dumbbell press, I need someone to like lift the dumbbells up for me, at least on the first rep, if I really want to push as hard as I can. And this is something which I think if you're working with 6 to 8 reps, especially 6, you need someone to spot you, especially on the first rep, like just to lift your dumbbells up. And yeah, so yeah, this is something which I would definitely recommend. Have someone to spot you. Now, of course, last year, because I was doing 12 reps, like the first few reps were literally flying, so I didn't need someone to spot me. But because I'm going 6 to 8 now, having someone to spot you is mandatory, in my opinion, especially if you want to like push as hard as you can, because and this is probably, you guys can probably relate, on the first rep, especially if you're using dumbbells and you're going that heavy, it's very hard for you to push, the weight. And so yeah, at least that's in my case. Also, in terms of resting time, the sweet spot for me is 2 minutes. 2 minutes to 2 minute 30. That's like the sweet spot. Like before, I remember last year when I was doing 4 sets of 12 reps, I was resting for like a minute 30, which is really not enough, guys, especially if you're going heavy. Don't rest for anything less than 2 minutes. Do not rest for anything less than 2 minutes, please. Apart from, like, as I said, shoulder raises, you can rest a minute 30 and you're fine because you're doing more reps and more sets. But if you're doing only two sets and you're doing 6 to 8 reps, rest minimum 2 minutes, preferably 2 minute 30. I like 2 minute 30 is literally the sweet spot. Anything more than like 3 minutes, you're like wasting time. You don't need to rest for that long. Listen to your body. Maybe your body's not ready yet to go and do another set after like 2 minute 30. But like, don't take the piss, you know what I mean? Like, just like 2 minute 30 to 3 minutes should be optimal. Anything more than that, you're like kind of taking the piss at that point. Now, how am I progressive overloading? Well, right now, if on the first set I can do 8 reps, and then on the second set I can do 6 with the same weight, next time I'm increasing the weight. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not waiting to do like on both 2 sets. I'm not waiting to do on both 2 sets to be able to do 8 reps. Like, if on the first one I can do 8, and then on the last one I can do 6. Next time I'm increasing the weight by like 2 kilos, and I'm gonna try and do like a 6 and 6 on both 2 sets. Or if I can do 8 and 6, even better. So minimum, I need to be able to do 8 on the first set, and I need to minimum 6 on the last set. Then I will increase the weight. Like before, I used to like, I wanted everything to be perfect. So like, I wanted to do the exact same reps on each single one of my sets. Like, well, right now, like, I can literally like tell if I can progressive overload. You know what I mean? You get to like a certain point in fitness, you get to a certain level where you can just like tell if you can progressive overload. Well, right now I'm kind of doing the math. So like, if on the first set I can do 8 and on the last one I can do 6, yes, I will progressive overload. But like if it's still too heavy, well then I will like try the same weight next time I'm training with that exercise. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it gets to a point where you kind of like need to like listen to your body a little bit and kind of like turn your brain off a little bit. Just like listen to your body. Is it too heavy? Well, if it's too heavy, I'll try it again next week. If it's like if it was fine and I feel like progressive overloading, sure, I will go and increase the weight. But the bare minimum is 8 on the first set and 6 reps on the second set. And then, as I said before, guys, on the third set, lower the weight a little bit and try and like spam like 10 reps, okay, just to finish your muscle. And I get the craziest bump by doing that, so I really recommend that. So yeah, guys, if it's 2026, if you're still doing 4 sets of 12, please stop doing that. We're not in 2022 anymore. So yeah, guys, 2 sets of 6 to 2 sets of 8, by far the best rep range that you can do if you literally want to become stronger, if you want to become more aesthetic, and if you want to build the most muscles. 2 sets of 6 to 2 sets of 8 is by far the best rep range that you can work with right now. Okay, now maybe in a couple of years everybody will change. Maybe I'll change my mind soon. I hope. I don't know. I can't really predict that right now. Right now, I'm telling you what's working for me, and I really recommend you guys do the same, because I've literally seen the most progress since I've started doing this. The most I can progressive overload every single week, and you can literally tell. Like I can literally see like pictures of me like 3 months ago, pictures of me now. The difference is there. Why? Because I've started adopting the best rep range in fitness right now, which is 2 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions. Guys, I offer one-on-one coaching, so DM me on Instagram. I also wrote a mini guide on how I was able to transform myself, which I will link down below in the description. And this is all I have to say for this video. Guys, thank you so much. See you on the next one.